Good morning. This is Chief O. Yes, this is December 2nd. And we are in the last month of 2021. My. I thank God again that I woke up this morning, that He woke me up this morning. Here we are. Woke you up too. I see you there. Hello. Oh, my hair is getting old. Ooh-wee. I'm going to have to do something about that. But let's talk about it. We got so many things that are coming up. Every time you turn around, there's a new issue globally. It's not just happening in America anymore. No. It's things that are coming up globally, everywhere. Africa, Asia. Here we are. Another day, another new issues. And we're trying to keep up with all of it to keep you informed. You informed. And talk about it. You know, while you're having coffee in the morning, getting ready to go to work, and you just want to say, hey, good morning to everybody in the family, and let's talk about it. So welcome all of you to Let's Talk About It. Oh, my God, what are the issues? Oh, yeah, I know that some of you would like to hear that the Ravens won again. It's almost seemed like games are being given to them. Well, nobody wants to be on the top. For some odd reason, you miss field goals that can be made with your eyes closed. You fumble the ball. Something just seems unnatural about the flow of the game. I know. You guys, you will take a W anywhere you get it. You think you're really winning. That could be a trick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm saying it. It could be a trick. You know, fumbles, 3 and 4 fumbles a game. How many times do you really see that? It's not that cold, not snow. It just seems like all the teams that are not winning the game want the Raven. Go ahead, Raven. Go up on the top. Yeah. Be the leader for the conference. Yeah, okay. Just ain't right. There's something run not right. So, no. I'm not buying it. Okay, so I'll wait for the other team that wants to be on the top. Yep, I'll wait for them. I think that they coming right around the corner. And then Raven's going to be saying, oh, we got this injury. We got this other person. Oh, Lamont is all this and all. You're winning so far, but you got to check your winning. You got to check it. I know you disagree. You got a W. You don't care. Check how you win. Why you win. Why the other team don't play that hard. And they got all their players. They got everybody. Why they want the Ravens to be on top for the division? Why? You know, brag all you want. Something just don't fit. So anyway, you're up there. So what do we have to talk about this morning? Oh, yeah. There's a lot of countries that are now being banned from people coming into their country. Morocco. I mean, I don't know who wants to go to Morocco, but you want to go to Morocco, that's on you. Israel. They don't want anybody to come in. That could be economically hard and a hardship for all the countries that they do business with. If you can't come in, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and go forward and talk about this new Omicron, a new variant that just came out. Oh boy. This one didn't come from China. This one came from South Africa. Yep, Omicron. People sit around and design something to talk about, and they come up with some new things to talk about. They come up with some new virants all of a sudden. Virants. It's called VIRANT, virant. But the new one that is here now, there's kind of, when it comes to Europeans, they mess things all up. How do you pronounce it? Omicron or Omicron? Two different ways. Omicron, Omicron, a virus, another COVID-19. Well, this one is going to be called COVID-21. And they really should move up that COVID number. I don't know why here we are in 2021 and we're still calling it COVID-19. But here we are. So that's going to plunge the whole country into a new money-making scheme. Yep, I said it. That's what I think. It's money-making scheme. But, I might be one of the only few people in the world that thinks about that the whole COVID-19 thing. And I know everybody got their story. I've got an auntie that died. I got this one because they told you that's what it is, but they never proved it to you. They never showed you. They never verified it. So many things that can be doctored up. Propaganda. Yeah. You got a cold. I get a cold sometimes. I got to go get my flu shot because I've been doing that for years. But I got to go get it. I think I'll get it today. You should too. But, I'm sorry. I'm one of very few people we're not few. We're many, 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 many people. They just don't believe it. But that's my choice. I beg people, don't get mad that I make that choice. I got pressures from all my family. You want to see your grandkids? You better go get the shot. And I got some. I said, look at the kids that are going to school today. The teacher want to see the kids. They put on their TV, the screen, and everything else, and they do it the variant way, and they put on Zoom, and that's how you see the kids. So, what's wrong with a grandparent seeing their kids through the same process? I'm just I'm sorry. I got my brother overseas, and he says, just because we're brothers, don't call me no more. Don't talk to me. Don't say this to me because you don't want to get the shot. You get the white man shot. Go ahead. That's up to you. He come up with so many different shots and shots. Where's the black people involved in getting these shots? I don't know. If I see black hands in it, and I trust a black hand, and it's not a black hand with a white hand, don't think that I'm prejudiced. I'm not that prejudiced, but I am. I got my views on how if the white man look at the Chinese in a funny way. Why can't I look at the white man in a funny way? I know he look at me as a black man in a funny way. So I don't see any problem with the way I'm looking at him. Every time he come up with something, and they come up with this guy named Fauci, I'm supposed to jump because he said something? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But anyway, as you guys may know, there's a new, variant. And if you got any problem, look, everything that I'm saying is mine, okay? Email us. Call, 667-298-3433. Give us a call. Or, call my producer or email my producer. Let's talk about it with Chief O at gmail.com. Let's talk about it with Chief O at gmail.com. Go ahead, give a call. You got an opinion, I'm sure you do. Let's talk about it. So that's the thing that Omicron is here. Now, how they're going to get the shots into you again. How many more places they can shoot you? They shot you in the right arm, shot you in the left arm. Yeah, they shot you down there too. So where else they're gonna shoot you at? But they're working their way towards making a pill out of it. Now you wouldn't know what kind of pill you're taking. Are you taking aspirin or you're taking COVID-19 pill? It's all going in that direction, folks. So you young people of today, you better be careful. This thing is circulating around. It's going on around. But some people are saying, oh, they don't want to scare you too much this time because they scared the hell out of everybody the last time. So now they're saying, oh, it's a mild one. Money making scheme. They done made a good amount of money. So now this new one is a mild COVID-19 Omicron variant. So I want to scare you now. Oh, no, don't be afraid. But you can't travel to so many places. You can't travel to South Africa. I don't know why they don't include Nigeria in it. Must be because of that economic money they're getting out of there. Oil. South Africa ain't sending too many things. Ain't that many people with money enough to buy gold. I mean, they got natural resources, but they don't have natural resources like Nigeria do. I mean, that's just like a bastion, a whole country of oil. The whole country, just step out the door, you walk right out on the top of oil. Crude oil, that is. Black gold. You remember that? That's hillbillies. You're too young for that. But we had a show called The Beverly Hillbillies. Yeah. Oh boy. So anyway, there's a lot of countries that are now, and we're trying to find out what kind of countries saying don't come in. Yeah. The United States has its first Omicron case, and the patient was fully vaccinated. So what does that mean? So if you're already fully vaccinated, does that mean that you're not going to try to do Omicron shots? And if that's the case, why blast it around? So anyway, that's the thing about Omicron. Omicron. And so we've talked about the Ravens. What can you say? But the thing that I would like to really go and talk about is, oh boy, you know what happened? A South African president. He is, because everything came out of his country. He is really crying foul. Well, Germans are still there. But Germans understand that to make money, you got to come up with something. And they are still in South Africa. And they are crying that it's not fair that South Africa will be the country to be chosen to come up with Omicron. In his country, too many countries are banning people from South Africa to come to it, but South Africa is not banning you to come in. You want to go to South Africa? Lions need some food. Go ahead. You and I will be right here. Those of us ain't going nowhere. He called. He's asking all the countries to please lift that travel ban. And well, I don't think that is the president of South Africa is calling for all the countries to ban his people from coming there to please lift it up because it's. First of all, he claims that it's scientifically unjustifiable. So the travel restrictions to the various countries is not fair. He condemns the travel ban over the Omicron variant. You know, he says it's not fair that the British, the colonizing country, I mean, them damn British are just, they need to be wiped off the face of the earth. Those British people are terrible. I said it. British people are terrible. You know what the Prince Charles, you know, he made that comment about, oh my God, Africa is getting overpopulated, and that is just it's not fair to the animals. That's what they said. They ain't said nothing about the people, the health of the people, the continent itself. For him, it was the animals. The animals. He prefers to be more concerned about the jungle bunnies. I mean, you know, he could open up some. We'll ship over all those animals that are roaming around in Africa. We'll ship some of it over to England. Yeah, you know, like a 10 ship loads, because Africa's got plenty more different animals. Ship it over to England. And so that's what he says. That too many humans. That's a British prince. Bald-headed. Oh, my God. Yeah, he went over to South Africa, to Africa and different places of Africa, Tanzania, and he zoomed on some black women and I don't know. But anyway, he condemns it. So the South African president is really asking for the lifting of that travel ban. It ain't gonna happen because it's not making any money for them. They're not gonna lift it. He can call for the ban all he wants. The best thing that the African countries can do. Oh yeah, here it comes. I'm about to tell you what they should do. In my own view, just mine. Don't get mad with me. Don't get mad. No. But the whole African continent should ban all Europeans from coming into that continent. How you like that? Except for us, you know, black people, we can go back home here for it. Yeah, because it's our continent. It wasn't our fault. It's our forefathers. It wasn't their fault they got, you know, extracted out of there like they're plucking some doggone fruit. You know, our forefathers paid their price, and here we are still here. But the whole continent of Africa, that's correct. You can start working with each other. You know, we got to take an advantage of this ban. Just imagine. I'm just talking about it. You know, so don't get mad. Ain't nothing happening because I don't think that you know, they will do it. They so many African countries are so clinched to that white money or white people coming there and damaging the whole continent, you know, raping black women as if it's nothing, taking over countries, you know, like China. China is taking over so many places over in that continent. Because they're trying to open that continent to their 1.3 billion people. But Africa got 1.2 billion people. Oh my God. So what those African leaders, in my view, if the African countries or European countries can ban Africans from coming to their European territory, what the African countries should do is ban every single European nation from coming to the whole continent. How do you like that? How do you like that? I mean, just think about it. Just think about it. What if every European country, France, Germany, even our friend Israel, the Israelis, Sweden, yeah, Hungary, Russia, yes, United States. Ban every country that is outside of that continent from coming into that continent for 200 years. Okay, make it 100 years so we can see if we can get along with each other. How do you like that, huh? Instead of us crying about them banning us from coming or banning South Africa, instead of the president of South Africa crying about, oh, you banning South Africans from coming to your country. What about if South Africa goes ahead and ban every single European country from coming to Africa? Holy cow. Wow. What would really, truly happen? What would that mean? Oh, man, that sounds so good. To me, it is. Yeah. I mean, the United States have done everything possible to ban South Americans from coming here. It didn't work. They broke down everything, especially with Biden office. Come on in, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you can go to Colombia very easily. No. I don't think you can go to Mexico very easily. No. So they ban Americans from coming into their country, but Americans are not banning them or banning them, but it ain't working. Somehow or another, people are swimming over. That's an immigration topic. We can talk about that some other time. But South Africa, you may have a major opportunity here. Ban anybody else from coming to South Africa. Why can't you live in South Africa with each other? A long time ago in a country called Rhodesia, now called a different name, I think it's Zimbabwe, kicked out every white person in the country. All of them. I mean, they survived, but eventually they came back. But it wasn't the same name, the same country. But it was an act. It was an interesting thing to have done at that time. Every single white farm owners, landowners, kicked them all out. Maybe South Africa with his Omicron can do the same thing. Maybe that's what the British are trying to do. Maybe they're just trying to say to the British people, we don't want you to go to South Africa because there's a Omicron over there. There's a virus over there. And so the British people say, oh my goodness, virus. Oh my man. Maybe we shouldn't go. A lot of countries are staying put. That feels good. So let's go ahead on. Let's go to Japan, Israel, Morocco, all foreign travelers from the train. Oh my God. My goodness, you can't go. Oh, that's too bad. So we'll go to other issues. Okay. So what's other issues on the line that we should talk about? Baltimore, murder rates. Oh boy. Homicide. Go ahead on, my producer. You're a wonderful human being. You know what I would like to see? When we hit the 300 mark, it was on the life of a 5-year-old kid, 5-year-old baby girl. Oh my God. I'd like to know when they're going to have that funeral for her. I'd like to go. I mean, just imagine. What is it about that 300? Somebody within the family gave me some ideas and said, Dad, there's money being made. Always from that, once you hit that 295 to 300, that there's money that is coming into the city for social service work, for increased police. Every year, there's all kinds of funding coming in from that 300. So it's a 300 mark. Just question. It's just a matter of just talking about it. Why is it that it's 300 every year for the past 7 years? And how much money does the federal government, state government, send to every urban cities? It's like meeting a quota. Hey, what? You meet a quota of 250, we don't send you any money. You meet a quota of 260 people dead or killed or murdered, and we don't send you any money. But once you creep up to that 295, we'll consider sending you some money. Once you cross that 300 homicide rate, we will send you some money. Going over, because you're going to need money to replenish what? Lives. There's benefit. What my family member is suggesting is that there is benefits for crossing over 300, because it seems to have been, if there was a way that we can find out how much money the federal governments have sent, and I'll just focus on Baltimore City, sent to Baltimore City over the past 7 years. How much money have been sent to Baltimore City over the past 7 years once the murder rate crossed 300? Just questioning and just talking about it. Go ahead, producer. Go ahead.
And it marks 302 homicides in the city so far this year.
343 people have been killed in our city.
We shouldn't even be talking about 300 murders.
For the second year in a row, Baltimore has surpassed more than 300 homicides.
The city went above 300 murders this year.
This is absurd.
More than 300 dead, and it's only early November.
Baltimore has reached a grim milestone.
Here we go again. The third year in a row, the city has reached 300 homicides.
Why are we here at 300?
300 murders this year. The 300th homicide for the year. That comes after 3 people were killed yesterday.
It's disgusting. It's become our logo. It's almost become our brand.
300 murders so far this year.
The 299th and 300th murder victims were shot to death here off Monroe Street.
We cannot, as elected officials, shake this responsibility. 300 murders in Baltimore is unacceptable.
It's like the city leadership wants us to think this is normal.
For the 6th straight year in a row, Baltimore City records 300 homicides.
I will aim to reduce homicides by 15% each year in my term, getting us below 300 homicides in my first year as mayor.
The city does not have any leadership, and because of that, people are dying.
For a 7th year in a row, Baltimore reaches another grim milestone, 300 homicides.
Tonight, we learned that it is a 5-year-old girl that officially pushes Baltimore City's homicide death rate this year and for another year to at least 300.
Enough is enough. I've had enough.
Why is 300 the number?
Why is 300 the number?
Why is 300
Why is 300?
Why is 300
the number?
300 the number.
300 the number.
Why is 300 the number?
Why is 300 the number?
Well, it's a good question. Why 300 the number? Now some people are really starting to talk about it, and there's some answers coming up. Sorry, it's taken 7 years, but Metro Conservative is coming up with it, and it's now, what's the answer to that question? Why is 300 300 murder rate. Money. There's money to be made. There's money involved. So let's start looking at it. Let's start talking about it. If we just keep asking the question, why is it up? Yes. Now let us come up with the suggestive answers from every mouth, from everybody that is concerned. Let's go back to everybody. Started with my good friend, KJ. How about an answer? How about an answer? Let's get an answer to the question. Yeah. It's almost like there's nobody in the neighborhood anymore. Oh, you get up in the morning, you thank God for waking you up, and then you got to go out there and kill somebody. So your numbers will be counting. Something don't fit. It just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. We have the question. Now we need to find out the answer. And somebody is suggesting that the number 300 must be reached in order for a city to get federal dollars, state dollars. That's one suggestion. But there might be some others. And some other good minds, like all of you who have asked those questions, why 300? There's a lot of good minds there. You can also come up with the answer. Here's the answer, first answer. Coming from me, yours truly, Chief O. Money. There's money involved in reaching that 300, that quota. Notice how much money comes into the city from 2015, the first year of reaching that 300. How much money was sent by the federal government, by the state government? 2016, how much money was sent once that 300 came in? If you really want to go back to 2010 and see how much money came into the city from 2010 to 2015. So in that 5 years, how much money came into the city from the federal government and the state government? How much money? But once it hit 300, then calculate how much money came in. From 2015, how much? 2016, how much money came into this? Money being made. There's money being made. Pockets are being filled. Every year, 2016, certain amount of money, always going higher. 2000 all the way up to today, 2021. There's money that is following the murder rate. Money walking behind that murder. This is just one man's opinion. So don't get too tangled up on it. Don't get mad. Oh, no, that's not possible. No. Well, go do the calculation and find out. Money. You don't believe that there's money behind all this murder rates going on? Find out. Go ahead. You asked the question, why 300? Well, here's one answer. Money. Money for social workers. Money for hospitals. Money for security. Money follows a lot of things into the city. Money. I am so impressed to hear what the rest of you have to say about it. I am really eager to hear it. I can even assume of what many of you will say. But this black man here, money. There's money following this. Any way you look at it, that question can be asked 1,000 times. Why? Doesn't why have to be answered? Doesn't why have to have some kind of an answer behind it or after you ask it? So, money. COVID, money. What is money? Money is that lucrative commodity, better than gold and better than life. Better than life. Money. You're hearing me saying it. Follow the money. A lot of people say, follow, you've heard that term, follow the money. Now, I know that might sound a little harsh on my part, but I'm sorry. It's better sometimes to talk about it. And I'm telling you, the reason why that 300 is a mark, why that 300 is a point of interest, it's the money that follows it. Why city council members can't come up with a resolution strong enough? Why the delegates in Annapolis can't come up with a solution strong enough to slow it down, stop it? Money. Lots of money coming into the state. And everybody get paid, except for the people that lost their lives. So, you got my answer. Let me hear yours. Text us. Let's talk about it. You know, I don't care what platform that you go to talk about it. We'll go talk about it. As a veteran, lots of talk about why do people go to war. There's money involved. The industrial complex will manufacture weapons. Somebody will buy it. Money. It's all about money. I hope I'm convincing you to at least look for the answer and come up with your own view. Why is the price of gas going up? Money. You heard your president say, oh, I'm going to open up the reserve and let the oil flow back and bring the price down. Money. Because if he did not open the price or the reserve, the price of gas goes up. Money. The war that is being fought in all of the Middle East, and you bomb all those oil producing manufacturing companies and OPEC, the oil producing countries, is if they stop flowing oil into the ships and tanks to bring them over here for it to be refined and for the trucks to go and get it and put it into the gas stations, the price of gas will go where? Up. Money. But Biden says, oh, so you're feeling all bad. Oh, his mission is to bring down the trillions and trillions of dollars that this country owes to everybody in the world. And who's paying for it? You, me. Every day, either through taxes or through COVID. Yeah, I said it, COVID-19. That's money too. Some people don't buy that. That's money. Yeah, every time we get jammed in your right arm, left arm, $3 $1,000 for each veil. Money. The murder that is taking place in Baltimore City, money. Biden said the price of gas is too high. He's going to open up the reserve and bring the price down. Or isn't he nice about that? Or like he never knew that the price of gas was up. Because he don't buy gas. You know, he's not the kind that goes to the gas station and fill up a tank for his car, for the car that drives him around. Or you notice one thing about the how the Christmas tree was delivered to the White House. It was delivered by a mule. Yeah, horse wagon. Ain't got to put no gas in that one, but you just got to feed him some grass. Low money. Budgeting. But not for you. You got to pay out of your nose. Everything that you do is about money. Oh, by the way, unemployment is going up, and the amount of money going into your pocket is going down. Money. It's all about money. And does that sound very harsh to you that I'm telling you that because the homicide taking place in Baltimore City is because of money? Money that the city gets. Atlanta gets it. Chicago gets it. Detroit gets it. Milwaukee gets it. All those states that are urban cities, they get that money. But whose pocket is it going into? Obviously not yours. Obviously, that money coming in is not going into your pocket. America gets to the point of, and I'm about ready to tell you another one. They get to the point of if it's the money is just too tight, and the Federal Reserve says, "Oh no, hold it. No, that's just way too tight of a money now." You know what America do? It prints its own money. Yeah. Oh, how about that one? We're getting new money, so they say. I heard it through the grapevine that there's going to be some new $1,400 coming into your pocket. Yeah, that's your pocket. And for you to spend for Christmas. America is such a wonderful place. You know, they can print their own money. But you can't pay that debt with that printed money. It don't work that way. The economy of scales just does not work that way. So you got to remember, the money got to come from you because you the one that ate the money. So that $1,400 that is coming into your pocket soon, the stimulus money is coming in. So they tell me, that's what I heard, but I can't verify that. I've heard it is coming. In grapevine. Yeah, so the stimulus money, another one is coming. $1,400. Who you think gonna pay for it? You. How you gonna pay for it and you ain't got no money and you're not working? Answer that question. How about that? Money. It's all about money, baby. Money. You think people are just going to keep on, years ago. Wow. How everything just keeps going. You keep on living and you will learn an awful lot. Long ago, in the 60s, they give you a little money for welfare. Yeah, they give you a little money for welfare, but guess what else they do? They give you some damn cheese. That's right, cheese. Yeah, you be bloated up, boy, to give you a little big old brown cheese, that big. Big old, ugly, yellow-looking cheese. I hated them. Yeah. And a loaf of bread. So you got it. Cheese and bread. And they keep the money. Producer, I'm sorry, but I just can't help but remember. A lot of black folks remember them days. Yeah. A lot of black people, white people do too, because they were eating them cheese too. It's all about money. Somebody kept the money in them days, and they didn't want to print the money, see? They didn't want to print any money. And so when they didn't want to print any money, they went ahead and gave you a big old block of cheese. Oh, and you was wondering why them kids had to go to the bathroom so much. Oh boy, those are the days. It's much older than what you guys know. That probably includes my producer. He don't know nothing about no. Mama, the cheese is here. Or you go to the cheese bank to get some cheese. Oh yeah, they call it food bank now. Now in them days, it was the cheese bank. That's right. You go down there the first of the month, collect your cheese and your loaf of bread. Lord have mercy, how far we've gone. So anyway, to those of you who are just wondering what's going on, and you should know about it, I guess I'd like to, because we're getting a little shorter time, just to bring you up to par on Biafra. What's going on in Biafra? Oh boy, that is a ugly story. There's something that is happening. That young man that was arrested, Nnamdi Kanu. As of today, he's in court. It's a hearing, not a trial. They have charged him for treason by 7 charges because, and I got to bring this story back to you, Nigeria. You heard that little country, you know. Yeah. Christopher Anderson says it's a blend, a trend. Yeah, you hear the name, but the story behind that name, you don't very much hear about. But I'll tell you a little bit of it. 1914, white man went over to Africa, seeing a whole bunch of different kinds of people with different languages, different culture. And he wanted to take it over because there's natural oil, natural resources in that country. So he want to build up England. And so he did what is called an amalgamation, put them all together. How do people do this? You know, go to another territory and take over countries, nations. It's unbelievable. But you got to find out. And in my new book that I'm reading, it's called Where to Put My Book At? What the British did to Africa or Nigeria. How they amalgamated it, how they literally almost destroyed the country. But it's a new book. So when they amalgamated it, that is put everybody together, you know, like in a family right now, in your own family. And, you know, like black people used to sleep in the same bed. 5 and 6 and 10 people all in one bed. It's almost like an amalgamation. You put everybody in the same place, everybody different ages, you know, and everybody sleep in the same bed. Everybody eating the same kitchen, same food, same plate. Wasn't no separation, but there is separation. That is, they're all different sizes and different groups. But over there is different countries, different languages, different culture. And so they came in there and amalgamated and put them all together. The Yoruba, the Hausa, the Fulani, the Igbos, the beautiful one that I love the most. I love the Igbos. And they put them all together, amalgamated them. So it's not a new language, but that was in 1914. Since that amalgamation, first of all, when he amalgamated the whole country, it was different people from here, from there, and they put them all together. You know, the white man became the first governor. And so the white man named Lugar, and He put them all together. He became the first governor. And his wife, white woman, named the country Niger, therefore Nigeria. So, you know, it's a kind of like a brief synopsis of what happened. And ever since that 1914 amalgamation of that region, it's a whole region, there's been all kinds of fighting. At first, it seemed like everybody was just getting along because, you know, before the white man came, you could pretty much do whatever you want to do. Walk out at night, no problem. Just like Baltimore City was. It was like New York City used to be. Harlem, New York. My Harlem, I love it. Now, let me cut the story short. In 1960, people were so angry with the white man being there and being in everybody else's business, stealing their natural resources. You know, they were just taking and taking and taking. Boy, I'm telling you, they were just having a field day on everything that the black man owns. So the white man got a little trick in 1960. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you your independence. Yeah. Here the first thing, I'm going to give you your independence. Everybody there said, okay, because he was so tired, the white man was so tired of all the attacks on him, and he was just, you know, he was just getting angry. So, but as soon as he was able to get enough of the natural resources, they said, I'm going to give you your independence. Yeah, I'm going to give you your independence here. So 1960, October 1st, 1960, cross the mark, whatever they have to do with their hands and all, you know, I'm getting my hands all into your face. You're independent. It was the same thing like the Emancipation Proclamation. When black people were told, you're free. Now, black folks have been working on plantation all their lives and escaping and, you know, being hung and being everything done to black people. You know the history. And if you don't know the history, go find the history. So you know what happened to our people here in America. Very similar to what's going on over there in Nigeria. Very similar. Keep living and you'll find out. So finally, war. He gave you independence, but what he did, he didn't give all the different regions their independence. He gave that amalgamated region independence. Now somebody got to be in charge, like a field Negro. Because, you know, the white man had that field Negro. So he gave that charge of that amalgamated country to the Fulanis, homicides. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bad mistake. And from the day one that they were in charge, just like the black people here, when they gave that house Negro in charge of the field Negro rebelled. And so from that time, that white man gave the independence and gave control of the country to that Fulani, rebellion took place year and years after, every year. War, murder, assassination, everything kept going. I'm talking now about, you know, that region called Nigeria. Almost the same thing happened here. But black people here, they joined the northern army. They joined the southern army. Very similar. The same thing going on over there. The southern Igbos joined that military in the north, and they went and killed their own people. The same thing going on that happened here is happening over there. Today, 2021, the very same thing that happened when the white man said, you are free. Black man said, free what? Free to do what? What? Free? What does that mean? Free. Well, the same thing happened over there. Here's your independence. In the who? So what? Independence. What's that mean? But I'm going to put one Negro there in charge. And he gave it to the wrong Negro. And once he gave that wrong Negro, from 1967 to 1970, 3 million people lost their lives. You know, there ain't nothing that's happened there that's not happening, that happened here in the United States, in North Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, you name it. It's happening over there now. Very same thing. It's so similar. It's unbelievable. And even today, it's still happening. So, that amalgamated country is now at a crossroad. Because at some point, the ones that were not given in charge, the ones that were given charge, let me go to the first one. The one that was given charge, I mean, he just ate up everything. Money. He was making sure that natural resources, niggas, black people that didn't obey or didn't, you got to get out the way so they can get that natural resource and take it to the white man. And the white man in England just kept eating it, kept eating everything. Same thing that has happened today. Same thing that happened here in black in America is happening over there. So now, let me catch up with my story before I close. A young man came up. 3 million people died. Let's go on our own. Let's go independent, because these people just will have to get our own independence, because these people ain't doing nothing for us. All they're doing is just taking our natural resources and stealing and raping and doing murdering, freelance murder. Yeah, I don't want to say it, but I'll say it, almost like the Ku Klux Klan had that freelance, like pick a nigga and hang him. Just the same thing that happened here is happening there. So a young man came up and said, look, that's enough. I can't take this anymore. All this killing of a family and stealing properties and taking off. So let's go ahead on. I'm just talking about it, folks. I'm just talking about it. What I'm saying is just my own. So don't go getting angry with anybody. It's just my own. Now, here come 2015. How about that? How about that? 2015, another young man come up and said, that's enough. We can't have no 3 million people killed. Just like Martin Luther King and them came up, Malcolm X and them, Stokely Carmichael, all of them boys came up. Remember, they had to go up against some other boys, who were all very much in the pockets of the white boy. But there was that divide. So now there's a divide. A young man in Biafra comes up and says, I want my own. And ain't nothing legal about that. But for that overseer, for that white boy that is the house Negro, oh yes, there is something wrong with that. What's wrong with you? You want to be free? You want to take away all this stuff I got and I'm beating you behind and get it? And you want to be free? You want to be a Biafra? You want to be a nation of your own? You got to be out of your mind. No, I'll kill you first. I'll prosecute you. I'll do anything that I can to make sure that you don't get what you're trying to get. And you're taking it from me because the white man gave it to me. He gave me control of your mama, your papa, your land and everything. He gave me control of it. So you want control of your own land, your family, your brothers, and your sisters. That's what you want. You must be. So there's a war. That boy is on trial today. Yeah. And there's other countries like Kenya that helped out. Britain that, helped out. Yeah. And what happened? He's on trial. And today, this Thursday, December 2nd, he's supposed to be in court right now. It's kind of hard to go to court and expect him to be freed by the same person that has got their hand on your throat. But they're going along with a constitution that was written by one man, one human being. And after not like the American Constitution, they had at least 13 people. Over there, they had one dude who wrote the Constitution, and the one that was written over here, Madison and all of them, they said, we the people. We the people. That made sense. 13 people at least. Over there, one man wrote it, and he said, we the people. Their Constitution reads the same way, almost the same as the American Constitution, because they try to copy it. But they started the word, we the people. It wasn't no we. It was one man. Lord have mercy. I want to keep on talking, but I know my producer got to go do something. So today we'll find out what happened to that young man. Was he freed out of jail? Is he okay? Is his health all right? You know, like when they imprisoned Martin Luther King, everybody was worried about that. Is he all right? Was Martin okay? My God, that was scary. What happened to Martin Luther King is now happening to Nnamdi Kanu, just for you to remember it. I'm going to end this and hopefully pick it up again next Thursday. What's going on with Omicron? How much money is coming into Baltimore City? The 300. Go ahead, my producer. Let's end this segment with the 300 again. And ask that question again. Why 300? But not just ask the question. Come up with an answer. I done gave you my answer. Money. Money. Go ahead, my brother.
And that marks 302 homicides in the city so far this year.
343 people have been killed in our city.
We shouldn't even be talking about 300 murders.
For the second year in a row, Baltimore has surpassed more than 300 homicides.
The city went above 300 murders this year.
This is absurd.
More than 300 dead, and it's only early November.
Baltimore has reached a grim milestone.
Here we go again. The third year in a row, the city has reached 300 homicides.
Why are we here at 300?
300 murders this year, the 300th homicide for the year. That comes after 3 people were killed yesterday.
It's disgusting. It's become our logo. It's almost become our brand.
300 murders so far this year.
The 299th and 300th murder victims were shot to death here off Monroe Street.
We cannot, as elected officials, shake this responsibility. 300 murders in Baltimore is unacceptable.
It's like the city leadership wants us to think this is normal.
For the 6th straight year in a row, Baltimore City records 300 homicides.
I will aim to reduce homicides by 15% each year in my term, getting us below 300 homicides in my first year as mayor.
The city does not have any leadership, and because of that, people are dying.
For a 7th year in a row, Baltimore reaches another grim milestone, 300 homicides.
Tonight, we learned that it is a 5-year-old girl that officially pushes Baltimore City's homicide death rate this year and for another year to at least 300.
Enough is enough. I've had enough.
Why is 300 the number?
Why is 300 the number?
Why is 300
Why is 300?
Why is 300 the number?
300 the number? 300 the number.
Why is 300 the number?
Why is 300 the number?
Until the next time. Next Thursday, tune in. So let's talk about it. Why is 300 the number? Here's my answer. Money. Money. And more money. God bless you.